Just
50 racks for a show.
Okmalumkoolkat, I would say.
Yeah, he's really
just
dope.
Once again, originality.
Yeah.
I funny. Also, I think.
Yeah, I find he's also he's cool. He's doing his thing. But
I don't listen to
for me is what.
But again,
I'm just fascinated by what Okmalumkoolkat has done because he's come through with like an original style that is his own. He's got a lot of slang. You know what I mean? There is a lot of slang. So kids are dressing like him. They're going to speak like him.
That's
you know
cult,
I'm saying?
you know?
There's like a little cult thing that he's got
shit.
going on.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's original, you know? And it's very South African as well. You know?
Youngsta is one of those kids that can see this round table.
Yeah, Youngsta is on fire right now.
Youngsta can freestyle for 10 hours non-stop around that, walking around that.
And his drive and his hunger, it's like
that's the best thing about him, you know. He made Swada, all these big songs. Yeah, he's great, you know. Yeah. PH's movies is better.
That's
And he stands up. That's PH. That's my bro. Yo, PH loves his music.
Oh man, that's one of the favorite. Like his studio, actually, Rock Studios is one of the favorite to record it. Like because his understanding of his equipment and his tools, you know, it's very important for an artist to understand the things he works with. So it makes
and we put on everybody.
Oh man.
AKA. All these cats, we knew PH before then, and we've been working with him since, you know, a minute ago. And we actually recorded 10 Down at his studio while we were doing a tour there in Joburg, you know. Just a blessing to actually meet a guy like J1, you know, who's been really instrumental throughout the album, no pun intended, you know. He happened to be, you know, I mean, no disrespect to other producers we worked with, you know, they're great in their own regard, in their own right. But this kid had the ability to actually sample, you know, like a traditional hip hop beat, and he could also play instruments, you know, he can play keys and whatnot.
J1 is actually an old cat. He's been, Africa's Gateway. J1 has been on Africa's Gateway probably since he was 10 years when he reached puberty. Before he reached puberty, he was there on Africa's Gateway. So he grew up a part of like. You know
now imagine you're halfway through completing the album, then he tells you he was actually the guy Africa's Gateway. I'm like, yeah, you were one of the haters. He's one of the kids sent beats and it's crazy.
So he's not a new kid.
He's not as young as he is. He's not a new kid in the block. He
had internet since he was 10.
He was able to see the growth of hip hop and everything. Yeah.
Observe and
you see in Lesotho, internet since he was 10 years. And then mountains.
But it officially came about. I met him through this other kid. I knew this kid, and he told me about him. And how did I know this kid? But anyway, so I bumped into him. They used to live in this res or whatever. It's like, yeah, you should come check out my boy's beats or whatever. So I get there. He was there, you know, making beats, whatever. Actually was sleeping when he woke up when I got there, and then he went straight to his computer and made a beat, and actually he played me this beat, the song one of the first songs recorded on the album, Man, Woman, Child. Actually didn't make the album, but it's a great song. It had two parts because it was very jazzy. Yeah. It was very jazzy and it was like different for us. It's like. That kind of tick, like, yo, this album could actually go a certain direction. Just hearing this, you know, I was like, wow, this beat is crazy. And he was like, yeah, man, you know, I make jazz beats. Like, man, whatever. So anyway, he played other beats. I'm like, whoa, you made this too? Because this is hip hop. Like, yeah, you know, I
dabble in hip hop.
He played Two Dope Boys. One of the Fuck Your Day Job was one of them. So I was like, wow, dude, we need to work. You know, that was it.